Hey, what's happening, guys? Today I'm showing you how to make low carb keto chili. This recipe is really simple and really easy from start to finish. It's just gonna take about 30 minutes to make this stuff. It's a very quick chili recipe as well, and it's a no bean chili recipe, so don't worry about beans being in this chili. Also, there's so much flavor in this stuff, you don't even miss the beans. Like, that's how flavorful this chili is. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. That said, let's get right into the good stuff. Make some low carb keto chili. So making chili is pretty much all prep work. The cooking part is the easy part. So as you're seeing here, the first thing we're gonna do is lay down some wet paper towel so that the cutting board that we're adding to it doesn't move all over the place while we're doing our cutting and chopping. Now, as you're seeing here, the first thing we wanna do is cut off the top of a medium-sized green bell pepper. We're gonna remove the stem and the seeds and then chop it up into bite-sized pieces. So once our green pepper has been prepped, we can leave that off to the side, and then we're going to prep a yellow bell pepper the exact same way. Now, once we've got those looking good like this, we're gonna add them to a medium-sized bowl and then set them aside. Next, we're gonna prep a small onion. So to do that, we're gonna cut off the ends of it first, then we're gonna cut it in half and remove the skin. Now, at this point, once the skin's removed, we can give the onion a good chop and then set it off to the side so we can start prepping our garlic. So for today's keto chili recipe, we'll be using 2 small cloves of garlic. And as you're seeing here, to prep it, the first thing we want to do is use the dull side of a knife to remove the skin. Then once we got the skin off, we can just use our knife to give it a good mincing. So once we've beaten up that garlic pretty good with our knife, we can add both the onion and the garlic to a small bowl and then set it aside. Lastly, we're gonna prep a jalapeno. And as you're seeing here, wanna use some gloves while we do this to avoid getting any of that incredibly spicy jalapeno oil on our hands. Anyways, once we've removed the stem and sliced up our jalapeno, we can add it to our bowl of peppers and move on to getting the last thing prepped for our keto chili, which is 4 slices of thick center cut bacon. So what we want to do is cut up and dice those slices of bacon, and once those are diced up nicely, we can start cooking our keto chili. So the first thing we want to do is add the bacon to a large pot, and then we're going to work that bacon around the pot until it's evenly spread out. Once it is, we're going to let it cook on its own for a few minutes, work it around the pot, let it cook on its own for a few minutes, and repeat this process until it starts to turn golden brown like this. Now, at this point, we're gonna add the onions and the garlic from earlier, and then use our spatula to work those around our pot and into some of that bacon. So once our onions become soft and translucent and our garlic becomes fragrant, we're gonna add the peppers into our pot. Again, we're gonna stir these around just like we did with the onion and the garlic, and when our peppers just start to soften up, that's when we're going to add the ground beef for our keto chili. That said, we'll be adding 2 pounds of 80/20 ground beef for today's low carb chili recipe. And when we've got that added to our pot, we want to use our spatula to not only break it down, but also to work it into the other ingredients. Now that we've taken care of that, we can just let it cook on its own for a little bit. And after we give it some time to kind of do its own thing, we're going to get our spatula back out and work the beef one last time around the pot. The key here is just to make sure that it's browned all the way through. And once it's browned all the way through, we can add a cup or 237 milliliters of some beef bone broth. At this point, we're also going to add 15 ounces or 425 grams of low carb keto tomato sauce, followed by 10 ounces or 285 grams of diced tomatoes and fire roasted green chilies, and then lastly 7 ounces or 200 grams of tomato paste. So now that we've got those added to our pot, we're gonna give those a good mix, and I like to sweat a little bit when I eat my chili. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, as well as the spices for our keto chili. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a teaspoon of oregano, or oregano as some folks call it, and a pinch of crushed black pepper. Okay, so now that we've got all those spices added to our keto chili, we're gonna give those a good mix, turn the heat of our burner up to medium high, and bring our chili to a boil. All right, that is looking pretty good. So we're gonna give our keto chili one last stir, cover the pot, and turn the burner down to low. Then we're gonna simmer our chili for about 15 to 20 minutes, And after it simmers and thickens up a little bit, we can add it to a bowl, top it with some sour cream, a little cheddar cheese, and some fresh chives. And that is how to make low carb keto chili. As always, there's more info on the chili in the video description below, and I hope you all enjoy it.